Hey there, it's Anonymous T. Welcome to Anonymous T Podcast. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So a couple of housekeeping things y'all already know. If you came here from my main channel, Anonymous T, welcome. And please do not forget to subscribe to this channel, Anonymous T Podcast. Just because you're here, I'm not going to assume that you've subscribed to Anonymous T Podcast, but please do so. And as long as the Tickety Talk is still going to be available in the US, please subscribe, please follow Anonymous T Podcast and on the Instagrams. Later on tonight, I've got some posts over there I got to do. Anonymous Reality T. So we are here for the Traitors Season 3. So I want to say one thing. Because still to this day, I love the US Traitors Season 1, right? And this obviously came from the international version of Traitors. I feel like with the popularity of the Traitors, y'all should be doing, what now Love Island is doing, but y'all need to go back to having regular seasons of the unknowns of the world that are going to do anything and everything to win this money, you guys. And I liked even having the mix of Serene and some other folks in season 1 of the Traitors because I felt it was genuine people really just trying to make their way. I don't mind this all-star season of the Traitors, but unfortunately, I see where this is going, and it is about to be a dumpster fire for all of the people from the challenge who are either retired or should be retired or are not getting phone calls, and that is not what I want. I don't want it. But can we at least have 2 seasons a year? We can do the beginning of the year, this January-ish season every year. That could be the season that you have, your all-stars, your famous reality TV shows, people that are going to know from different reality TV shows. I don't mind that. But I said this before last season. We desperately need another season, whether it comes out in the fall, the summer, the spring. I don't care because I think the show only takes a couple weeks to film anyways. We need a season back to regular applicants, you guys. We need a season back of regular applicants to where we can get to know the unknowns of the unknowns that are desperate to get this money, you guys. My problem with these all-star seasons, right? Because I don't mind, there's obviously people in each of these seasons that I've rooted for, that I'm familiar with, that I liked on their original reality shows. That's not the problem here. But now it's gotten to the point where I feel as though we're now just putting in any reality stars. Like no disrespect to Wells from Bachelor in Paradise, but how did you make the cut? No disrespect, this may need to be disrespectful. How the heck is Britney Spears' gold-digging ex-husband? How did he make the cast, you guys? What is he known for other than being married to Britney Spears and obviously already had a new girl out waiting in the wings? I don't need to see you. I don't need to see you. You've given no contribution to society. You are only infamous for being one of Britney's exes. What are you contributing to the show? Zilch, nada. And then the other guy from Down Under or Over There or whatever, don't know you either, but already, because there's 3 episodes that have dropped, and I'm like almost through the 2nd episode. But this guy is just fangirling all day. Oh my gosh, I've watched you on Survivor since a kid. Oh my gosh, I've watched you. Oh my gosh, I've seen you on the... No! Turn on your game face and realize these people can either be traitors or your adversaries trying to take you out. But the problem that I'm going to have with this is people, and I'm not sure how the other episodes are going to go yet, but if I'm judging on how the first elimination went, which we're going to get to in a moment, so really the spoiler video is just about who got eliminated in episode 1 and the fact that they had the audacity to add 3 extra players. Oh, we're going to get into that in a second. My problem is people like the likes of Britney Spears' ex, people of the likes of that guy who's fangirling, oh, I watched you all since I was a kid, and I'm on some unknown reality show, because I still got to look him up. I don't even know who he is. The guy, the Down Under guy or whomever, that looks like he's barely 20 years old. So I need to look him up and figure out his situation, right? But my problem is people like that are going to go far along. They'll be blamed initially as traitors or whatever, and then nobody's going to look at them again, and they're going to coast to the end because everybody is going to be focused in on trying to take out the bigger personalities or former winners or close to winners on other reality shows, that they're not going to see that these people who are babies, who all watched them growing up on reality TV, have no business being on this show, are contributing absolutely nothing to the show, and absolutely need to get out of here. Make it make sense. So then we got to talk about who the actual traitors are, y'all. So I was happy they chose Bob from Drag Race. They chose Danielle Reyes, who is one of my favorite BB goats, one of the best Big Brother, no, not one of. Well, okay, let me say this. The best Big Brother player never to win, number one, but number two is Tiffany. Those are the two women who are the best Big Brother players to have never won the show. But Danielle Reyes is number one, and then Tiffany's two. So then we had also, I think it's Carolyn. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I'm trying to even remember her from Survivor. Y'all, I used to be so much of like a Survivor aficionado. Y'all couldn't tell me nothing about Survivor. But the problem that I started to have with Jeff Probst, that I'm kind of, I got to ease my way back into Survivor. I don't know when. I think the last season I actually fully watched was the season where they almost had like another type of cookout situation. Oh man, I can't remember their names now. I think it was Shan was one of the people. She was like the preacher. Whatever season that was like the last time I was like really all in on a Survivor season. Here and there, I'll see a few episodes here and there, but I have not had time to sit through a full season in ages. But I think Danny was the other guy. I really love Danny. He was on her season as well. Outside of that, couldn't tell you what's going on. But my issue more so with Jeff Probst was I felt like we got more so away of the actual traditional game of Survivor. We don't need all these, different types of, immunity idols, all these different types of twists and turns. And then I guess he said that Tyler Perry told him that it would be more realistic if the people didn't receive fresh clothes and everything else, that if they sat there in the blistering cold and just froze in the clothes, that they came in on their backs. And I'm like, just some of the advice and things I just wasn't featuring. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll come back into it. But yeah, I was trying to remember, Carolyn. I did watch Tony's season, but I was trying to remember what happened with them, because the most Tony recent season I watched was the all-winter season of his. So I was trying to remember her role on their original season, but her and Danielle and Bob as traitors as a trio is not going to work. It is not going to work. I don't understand why. Have y'all watched the Traitor season 1 with Suri? Like I feel like it is so obvious what to do as a traitor. But my thing is, I don't understand why they're gaming so hard. You have a cast full of people who really are not that savvy. And it's no shade, but they're not. They're not that strategic, which was why y'all had to add in this stupid twist to bring in strategic people. Y'all up here talking about y'all need to be 10, 20 steps ahead. when everybody's just playing a guessing game, everybody's just trying to feel each other out, everybody's trying to get close to people they looked up to as a kid, they're not playing hard, which is why you do not cast the likes of a Wells, of a Britney Spears ex-husband, of the dude that's on the Thunder Down Under show. And I'm even butchering the reality show he's on, because I don't even know, because that's how irrelevant it was. But I'm saying all that to say, this was not the season that y'all needed to play hard, because y'all already, had people on there that are kind of just coasting from the start. So then the first challenge that they had in the first episode was basically you had to, everybody started out on a boat, but so many people had to go out on a raft on each checkpoint because then you get to win more money. But at some point, people, the men seemed really gung-ho about going all in for all of the money. And then it got to a point where the women was like, I could take or leave the money. I'd prefer us to all be safe. Because basically the caveat was whoever finished the challenge, all of them basically were shielded from getting murdered. And essentially, it got to a point where they just said, skip it. We're just going to go to the end with 20 minutes to spare. And they didn't even collect all the money. They didn't even get all the chests to even justify the people who sacrificed themselves. Because if you sacrificed yourself, you were basically at risk for getting eliminated. You could be up on the chopping block to get murdered, right? And so Dorinda for me is a key. So this is the thing too. I'm going to need these reality TV people. If you've seen previous seasons, obviously you're not going to know who's going to be on the cast until you get there. But I'm going to need y'all to at least watch a season of Big Brother, a season of Survivor, and a season of a Real Housewives show, like one of the iconic seasons of a Real Housewives show, right? Whether it's like season 6 or season 9 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think they have a very weird perception of the housewives that if any of the housewives act turned up or start arguments or start cussing people out, that they're doing that because they're a traitor, and it is a huge mistake. A housewife's going to cuss you out regardless, and it has nothing to do with anything but you pissed them off about something. I don't understand. These people are completely missing the memo. Why do I say that, right? So we finished the challenge, and like I said, they didn't go to the last checkpoint to get the last $20,000 to complete the full mission as it stood, and basically was like, hey, we just got to go. And not enough men were volunteering to sit out and be risked to be murdered, right? So nonetheless, once they won, they all went back and left all the people who sat out there on the rafts to freeze to death, to freeze in the blistering cold, y'all. I mean, just nobody volunteered to say, hey, maybe we should, now that we've won, let's go back on the boat. Let's go pick up all of our other castmates. No, just selfish behavior as far as I'm concerned. So they all go back to the house, y'all. They get catered food or whatever else. Most of the food's already been eaten. They've already changed their clothes, showered, whatever. They do not care how long these people have been sitting out in the blistering cold, which was like Danielle Reyes, which was like Dorinda, which was like Robin, and all of these people, y'all. And just nothing. It does seem this season that so far from what I've seen that the cast is a lot more athletic. So I feel like as though that is going to be beneficial for them for the challenges, because the last season where Sheree and Phaedra and them were just like chilling, it could care less about these challenges, about the prize money was hysterical. But it seems like this season, maybe with having more Survivor players on it, they're about let's go get it. Let's go get this money. Let's go, make sure we get all this. And maybe that gung-ho approach is what's turning people off, because it's very selfish. Like, hey, I'm just here for the dinero. I don't care if I'm a traitor or faithful. I'm here to get to this money. So then, eventually the people who were left stranded get back to the hotel, right? Or get back to the house that they're pretending to stay at, because they really stay at a hotel after filming's over. So they get back there. Danielle Reyes is pissed. Dorinda especially is pissed. And it's like, listen, I'm going to let these MFers have it. I'm going to be cussing them out as soon as I hit the door. And that's what happened. Danielle Reyes didn't really want to talk to any of these people. She was trying to eat by herself. Here comes Tom Scandival. Another one, I don't know why he's on the show either, by the way. He has some type of issue with Chrishell from, Selling Sunset, because she's friends with his ex, Ariana, who he cheated on, and all this and that. Still don't know why. This is what I'm saying, y'all. Y'all cancel people, but people like Tom Scandival are always going to get rewarded. And it gets so annoying. I'm like, why is he on the show? Why is he getting an opportunity? Another opportunity, y'all. That's why I'm like, it's interesting, the double standards, because it's like, y'all get mad initially with these men who cheat on their girls, on whomever, but y'all malign women if they do the same thing, and y'all shame women if they do the same thing, and call her all types of things out her name. But when men do it, y'all give him chance after chance after chance, knowing he's shown himself exactly who he is. Nonetheless, Dorinda comes in and cusses these people out and is like, if I'm still here, I'm coming for y'all. I am coming for each and every single one of you. And I'm thinking to myself, if I'm a traitor, she's the perfect person to keep. She's the perfect person to keep. She's going to cuss y'all out. She's going to drag y'all. She is going to be a shield for me, because I'm not going to do anything that is going to make myself look suspicious as a traitor. So nonetheless, there was no roundtable that night. And we get the introduction of who's going to be the traitor. So we get Danielle Reyes. We get, Carolyn. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I'll have it by the next video. I apologize. And Bob from Drag Race, because there's also Bob from The Biggest Loser, who's, I don't know, his fashion is just out of order. But I'm thoroughly entertained. He is definitely trying to come for Alan Cummings' outrageous outfits as well. Because I think there was one where Alan is like in the season preview is like the Statue of Liberty, and I was just done. I was just falling over. I'm a huge Good Wife fan, so I like the actor. But him in this role is just so over the top. Like, he takes it so seriously, to the point I don't even know like what is happening with him. But we have the first deliberation of the traitors this season, and I'm like, this is about to be a hot mess. They cannot agree on who to murder, but they feel it should be a housewife for the simple fact that they're clicked up. But I'm like, everybody's clicked up, because this is what happens when you cast people who know of each other from other reality TV stars, and usually the people who are on the same reality shows tend to stick together. Like, that's just the nature of the beast. But my thing is, the housewives are the least threatening people. The most cunning housewife that y'all had as a traitor was Phaedra, and y'all aren't going to see something like that again for quite some time. And there were some other people who could have potentially been traitors that were housewives last season, with the exception of Sheree, but Phaedra was the most cunning. She understood the assignment. Y'all, these group of housewives y'all got on this season, no. Robin desperately, though, wants to be a traitor. That's what's so funny. She desperately wants to be seen and wants to be a traitor, wants to have camera time, and once again attaches herself to the prettiest girl and everything else so that she can look like, she's a girl's girl and everything's all good. I don't be getting Robin sometimes, but she's not annoying on this show as much as she is on Real Housewives of Potomac, and it's because of the delusions about Juan and everything else, and the double standards in some of the friendships. But on this show, she actually doesn't bother me. I actually wouldn't have minded her being a traitor, because I think she actually understands how the show works. It's just that this cast overall, I felt like they had like half the cast. They said, okay, we've got all these legends, we got all these strong people, let's just dump the rest of the cast with just whomever. We couldn't get a response in time, so here are the third, fourth, and fifth rounders of people that we got, or people who are unavailable, because I think Candace from Potomac was supposed to be on this season, and so was Monique from Potomac, which I feel like would have been a lot more of some fireworks, right? But obviously Monique and Candace are never, I don't know if they'll be able to come back from, that fight and everything else. But I remember Candace said she ended up not being able to do it because she got pregnant and stuff. So that would have been ultimate chaos if they tried to have her and Monique on there. But things like that is where I feel like some of the cast is lacking. So the traitors meet, they are arguing, they somehow think that killing Dorinda is going to be this big splash. I still think they should have kept Dorinda. I think Dorinda would have been great for the show. We definitely deserved her at least one of these roundtables to cuss these people out, to get these people together. Who cares if it would have made her a target in an early boot? You guys basically, spoiler alert, made her an early boot anyways for no other reason than to just have her be one. Like, it was just dumb. Like, why not get the girl from The Bachelor, Bachelorette, who is fangirling all of a sudden? She's like, I'm lesbianist now, but now all of a sudden she's feeling one of the new players, which we'll get to in another video. I I cannot with these people. I cannot, y'all. But nonetheless, they end up murdering Dorinda. Everybody's kind of shook. Everybody's kind of shocked. Some people are trying to put the theory that maybe it was one of the other housewives that did it. Some of the other people are trying to gauge reactions in the breakfast room. Alan comes in, doesn't care, throws Dorinda's pictures on the floor. And then Dolores, she's all upset and picks up the picture. It's like, we got to preserve her. And it's like, she's gone. But, the end of the episode, the one major thing I forgot to mention. Beginning of the episode, Rob from Survivor. There was an opportunity for him to join the show at the beginning. And basically how it was going to work was if somebody stepped forward from the cast to shake Rob's hand, they would have had to say somebody else's name in the cast who would have immediately been eliminated. And everybody was scared to do it. And I'm like, y'all had plenty of times to get out some of your adversaries. Danielle Reyes, you could have did it. You could have got out Brittany because y'all got beef. Some of these other people, especially these people y'all didn't even know. Y'all could have got up there and got rid of Britney Spears' ex-husband. Like, why are you here? You could have got rid of that guy that's like fangirling every 2 seconds over everybody. You could have got rid of Scandival. You could have got rid of so many people because half the cast doesn't need to be there. Because they're on the 5th, 6th, 7th round of half the cast of the people. So you could have chose anybody, and you didn't. So Alan said there would be consequences. So at the end of the episode, we see Rob again, y'all. We see Rob again, and basically they're like, hey, you're going to be in this cage, and there's going to be a couple other players, but you specifically are going to be coming back as a traitor. And I was like, oh, man. So basically, he is going to come into the game the next day, and then he will not meet the traitors this first night, but he's going to meet the traitors the second night. And I'm like, oh, this is about to be a circus. Because I'm like, they're already all over the place as traitors now. So this is already about to be a circus, and Rob's going to have to get in where he fits in, because either he's going to have to come in and try to overtake that, or it's going to be a mess. It is going to be an absolute mess, y'all. So more to come on that on another video I'm going to do. The last thing I want to talk about is the other players that are coming into the game, y'all. Wes from the challenge, who's retired from the challenge and now wants to be a star on the Traitors. And it's like, nobody likes you, dude. Nobody cares, dude. Why? Why? We don't care. We don't. Wes. This is what I don't want. I don't want this to be a thing where the people who are no longer getting calls from the challenge, or you're getting retired from the challenge or whatever, now all of a sudden you want to show up here. No. It's one thing for Big Brother players who have been on the challenge or whatever, who understand the assignment, who understand this show. But no, absolutely not. Wes, of all people, no. No. I would have plugged in another Big Brother player before I would have put in Wes. I would have put in somebody from The Bachelor before I would have. Like, I'm not even kidding, y'all. I would have put in another housewife before I would have picked Wes. I would have picked anybody from another Bravo show. Heck, even Below Deck. I would have picked somebody else, y'all. Or even somebody from back from the OG Real World. Something. But not Wes. And then, you bring in another guy. Derek, y'all. And I don't know what this thing is with him and Cody, where like, I should have known once Cody was on the show that Derek was going to be on it too. It's just like one thing can't do one thing without the other. It's just so bizarre, y'all. It is so weird. Like, is Derek going to be on the next season of Reindeer Games 2? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is going on? What is happening? It's like any opportunity, because Cody's gotten gigs, and I feel like this is going to be a thing. If Reindeers comes back, do not be surprised when you see Derek be on there, now that he saw what Cody had to do. Because it's a very weird situation. It's a very weird situation. But nonetheless, he's on the show, and I don't know how this is going to go, because I feel like they already said, him, Wes, and Rob, they all got, like, locked up in this chain for the night. Well, quote-unquote, for the show. I'm sure they probably just went back to their hotels once they stopped filming. But said basically they were going to stick together and look out for each other. But my thing is, the women already called out on the show that they already were feeling unprotected, that some of these men were too macho, macho, macho. And then your response to that is add more men to be macho, macho, macho. Like, I don't feel like y'all understand the assignment. Why couldn't Boston Rob and, well, not Wes, but at least Boston Rob and Derek, why couldn't they be on season 4? Why do they have to be on this season? Why are we adding more players? I don't like that. I don't like adding more players at this point. The cast is going to be the cast. I don't agree with bringing somebody in who failed their season in the middle of the season to come back and cause chaos. I feel like that only happens if the cast is boring, and maybe production felt like the cast needed liven up, but that's what happens when you cast Britney Spears' ex-husband. And that is what happens when you cast somebody on a reality show nobody's heard of before. So that is your fault, casting. But don't do this nonsense. We're just going to keep inserting people. No. The show's never going to end. And then the problem is it changes the trajectory of the game, because now people are not going to play authentic anymore. They're going to try to gravitate to who the so-called quote unquote legends are to try to keep themselves safe. And, and everybody's going to play scared. And I don't like that. There has to be a correct balance when you do these type of all-star shows. Either you're going to go gung-ho on all strong personalities, or you're going to go half and half, but you're still going to have the people who aren't as strong personalities at least bring something strategic to the game. And I just feel like this is about to be a mess. This is about to be a mess, and I don't think it's going to end well. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.